What's up guys, Zami here and you're watching Heavy Metal Pomp. Today I've got another pomade review for you. We're gonna be looking at another product from the Indonesian brewers Pinewood Hill. For today we're gonna be looking at Pinewood Hill's Atomic Booze. Now this is an all-base clay with a firm hold, and of course I want to thank Dom for sending me this. Thanks man. And without further ado, we're gonna take a closer look at the tin right now. And here we have Pinewood Hill's Atomic Booze. Comes in a 3.75 ounce metal tin with a screw top lid. Has the brand and product name on the front with this really nice graphic. On the back you get the hold, the scent, and a random code which I'm not too sure where it came from. The overall packaging is pretty simple and straightforward but nicely done. And if you open it up, you get this off-white clay inside. The scent is a whiskey scent, but I'm gonna level with you. I don't know what whiskey smells like cause I don't drink. And it smells pretty alright. I can't really describe the scent, but it is a really subtle scent and it stays out of the way for the most part. Now when I first got the product, Dom actually advised me to dig deeper into the clay because he told me that that's where you get the true performance of the clay. He told me that you get more of the grippy clay texture down the bottom of the tin, which is exactly why I've dug straight into it. Scooping it out. It's pretty easy. You don't really need that much effort to get a nice scoop. Breaking it down. This is where it takes a little bit more effort because it feels a lot like a non-petrol oil-based pomade. You start to see the wax beads separate while you're breaking it down. So you really need to focus to break everything down nicely before you start applying, otherwise you're gonna get some beading in your hair. You don't really get that much grip and texture when you're breaking it down. In fact, it feels really slick. Applying into the hair, pretty easy. You get some tug and pull, but overall, not really that grippy. You will notice the scent when you're applying it into your hair, but after a couple of hours it pretty much goes away. Because of how slick it applies, I don't really recommend you to apply into damp hair because that will just accentuate the amount of slickness that you're gonna get. So I would definitely advise you to apply into drier hair. Now you might ask, if I'm only using the bottom half of the tin, how does the top half perform? And I've tried the top layer and the difference isn't too vast, but you definitely do feel much more dryness at the bottom of the tin. And as for the shine, I think this clay has too much shine. I'm getting about a medium shine right now, which is not normally what people look for in clays. Just looking it back, goes through pretty easily. Definitely has some resistance to it, but nothing really overbearing. Like I said before, you don't really get that much grittiness with this clay. If anything, it is pretty damn slick. Gonna start my hair now. Talk to you again in a bit. And I think I'm pretty much just gonna call that done. So as you can tell, I'm getting a good amount of height and volume. My side's holding down well. For a clay, it doesn't give you the best texture. If anything, it is a pretty slick clay as you can tell. Getting that medium shine, which I also find weird. And the scent is really subtle. So anyways, let's talk more about Atomic Booze. I was actually really excited to try this out because I don't have a lot of oil-based clays, but the ones I do have, I really like. Sadly, however, I can't really say the same for Atomic Booze. I feel like one of the more glaring issues is with the consistency of the clay. Because you have to dig the top half layer to get the true performance of the clay, that pretty much renders half the product useless. Breaking it down is a lot more work than it should be. Like I said, it feels a lot like a non-petrol oil-based pomade. Now it goes into the hair pretty easily, you don't really get that much tugging or pulling, and I feel that it can style pretty well. But the results you get doesn't really look like you're using a clay, which is pretty evident. It pretty much just looks like you're using a pomade. Has way too much slickness and shine for it to really be considered a clay. Now with that said, I do feel that the overall performance isn't too bad. You do get a nice lightweight but firm hold, and it does hold up throughout the day pretty well. Now as for washing it out, I do feel that it takes about 1 to 2 showers with shampoo to fully cleanse your hair, and rinsing it leaves behind a surprisingly clean buildup, which isn't half bad. So anyways, final verdict on Pinewood Hill's Atomic Booze. I give it a 2.5 out of 5. Not a terrible clay pomade, but I do feel that it's more pomade than clay. Doesn't really deliver what I think it should, and definitely has room for improvement. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Hope you liked the review. Do leave a comment down below, subscribe to my channel right here, or you can check out my last video right here. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.